Hello and welcome to today's wild Hearthstone deck tech and gameplay video on Deathlock. Deathlock is basically a Deathrattle Warlock that uses lots of eggs and low-to-the-ground aggressive cards like Foul Egg and where's the other one? I'm going to count Naval Mine because it's in the sort of the egg category, but things also like Nerubian Egg. And then we run cards that, like Deathrattles, are sort of ways to trigger them, like Devourer of Souls, Grimoire of Sacrifice, and Grim Rally, amongst others. And to top it all off, we have a couple of sort of glue cards, like your Siphon Souls and Drain Souls of the world, and even Soulfire for some removal or extra damage, or a bit of, in the case of Soulfire, damage over the top to close out the game. And the single copy of Lord Jaraxxus is, in the couple of weeks of testing with this deck, I have found that, ooh, don't do that, Max. I have found that the deck sometimes needs a little extra push, and Jaraxxus is like an easy way to give yourself a little more staying power into the mid and late game, because this particular deck does not win long. It just doesn't. And there are loads of way better combo decks floating around that'll dumpster this, and Jaraxxus is just a way to, try and hedge against those things. And that's all for the deck. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it, to subscribe if you like my grab bag of content and would like to see more in the future. And if you have any sort of questions like, I don't have X, what about Y, or, somewhat constructive or kind comments, I'll do what I can to respond to what I see. This deck is it's fairly low to the ground, actually. I don't think there's anything... Okay, the Devourer of Souls is optional, but it's nice. But yeah, go ahead and leave the comment down below. And with that out of the way, we'll go on to game number 1. And game number 1 with our little Deathrattle Warlock. For the most part, in your opening mulligans, really you're just looking for things to do on curve. Yeah, we'll throw away the 2 and the 3. There are loads of 2s in the deck, 2-cost cards in the deck, so you'll probably find them. If you can get, the Devourer of Souls, then great, or the Foul Egg, whatever that card's called, then great, but, don't look so hard that you don't at least have a turn 2 play. It's like, what was that? That was Malkazar. Okay, my brain was not expecting that. Okay, so we're off the deep end. I don't know what the hell we're doing, or our opponent's doing. I know what we're doing. Oh, come on. Please be here. I kind of want to use this game. Okay, that's better. I was about to say. He didn't rope to the last second, so there is that. Yeah, we'll go with the Bone Web Egg first. Of course, this is one of the eggs that's an actual egg, as opposed to the mine, which I personally count in like the egg category, but I suppose isn't technically an egg, either in gameplay function or in in the universe. All right, opponent, what are we doing? Please don't rope. Oh well. Fingers crossed. Well, I've said this before, but fingers crossed they'll actually be here and this game won't go roping the entire time. But as you can see, I don't think that's terribly gonna happen. Maybe they're not here at all. I'll just get a free win, which is nice. Yeah, roping is like a... Weirdly, yeah, roping to this degree, at least in my anecdotal experience... Oh, that's real fucking cool. Okay, it's gonna be one of those games. Well, since our opponent's gonna take their sweet ass time, we might as well sit here and do things. Just playing a mine, developing a board, doing what we can, because our opponent's either gonna be BM as shit or is a bot. Or not. Okay, maybe they actually just had a restroom break, possibly. Okay, that's fine. Like, odd, but fine. Go ahead and life tap first, see what we find. Play another mine. I feel a sneeze coming on. And I got to the mute button in time, baby. Didn't mean to do the same thing my opponent did and make the turn go longer. Oh, okay, it's a Malkazar card. Okay, I was about to say, that wouldn't make any sense. do we... I guess we can Siphon Soul the Ash Tongue? Because I have no idea what they're going to play. So there is that. It's a bit of an issue. If nothing else, we can just Drain Soul. Or they can just... Why? Why would you... Okay, yeah. Bet. I'm down. That was a very weird decision, but okay. Go ahead and play the Undertaker. I just now remember the Undertaker is one of the other 1-drops in the deck that you always want to look for if you can get it. But yeah, this is the basic core of the deck. You know, play a board full of Deathrattles. Ooh. Well, okay, we have 2 Drain Souls. I don't gotta lose any of my board to this. That is the question, though. Yeah, I think we just... C240. Okay, we can Corpus here. Probably do a Mine, and then just double Drain Souls so I don't have to attack into it. Just go face. Was that? Yeah, that was in the deck. To be fair, I am at silver. It's a very real possibility that our opponent is just, you know, doing a sort of budgety, like, hey, I'm just getting into Hearthstone kind of brew. Very possible. So, but maybe before I, like, start talking mad shit, I should be a little more empathetic. But that is one of the perks of, like, being this, you know, low on the ranking. Is that, like, you do just get to, like, go against fun, kind of, like... Pure is not the right word. I guess you call them wholesome? Anywho. Do I just have lethal? No, I don't, right? So we tap first. Yeah, I don't think there's any... In any world I have lethal, especially with a lifelinker on the board. Yeah, we just go face. It's tempting to use some Shallow Graves right now, but we're ahead. It is lovely to do play like a Mine and then play a Shallow Grave and squeeze some extra damage out of it. Okay. They could have another Chaos Nova. Or whatever that... I think it's called Chaos Nova is that card. The 4 damage sweeper. Which actually would be a very good time to do it, because it does actually get rid of a board. I would argue that was not the play. Nor was that. But I understand, you know. Play X amount of cards or whatever. It's cool. Be polite. What did they... Oh, Beast. Okay. Let's not be beam about this. We could have, at that point, also played a Grim Rally and, you know, blew up our egg and got our whole board bigger. But I didn't want to be rude. And, you know, time constraints and all that jazz. But it was a pretty good showing. To sort of, you know, show how the deck wants to work. Now we'll go on to game number 2. And game number 2 with our little Deathlock... Sorry, Deathrattle Warlock. I confused the name and the actual deck itself. This is honestly pretty good. Siphon Soul is just there in case they do some, like, you know, goofy Druid ramp stuff and, like, ramp very early on is something, like, crazy. But we have a 1-drop and a 2-drop and a Shallow Grave, and, you know, odds are we'll draw something good. And we do have the coin, which is nice. I wasn't really paying that much attention to what our opponent kept or didn't. Let's be honest, most druids do some pretty degenerate-ish at this level, at least anecdotally, and apparently at higher levels, but that's neither here nor there. We have a 1-drop, a 2-drop. Our opponent has done actually nothing. They could even be a rogue, I guess, technically. Blizzard, if you're out there, really? I mean, okay. My original point is, upon seeing the hero power animation for our opponent's hero power, please, if someone from Blizzard sees this, I want the Archdruid Hamel Rune Totem skin for Druid, but, like, I can't buy it. So, like, let me give you money. I want to buy a thing. Let me buy a thing. You know? Anywho, this is beautiful. I think we're just gonna coin out a Naval Mine here. Oh, this is a good spot. Like, honestly, it's really good. Our board's very sticky. We can start blowing up bits of it and Grim Rallying the rest of it. That is the question. Okay, so you are an actual... Huh. Okay, so not like a quest version. They're just like playing it for the meme. Let's see. That is a choice. It's a lot. So I guess we're gonna life tap here. Oh, that Devourer of Souls is beautiful. In that case, we're gonna Grim Rally, blowing up our naval mine, and therefore giving our Devourer of Souls... Okay, I was about to say, and giving our Devourer of Souls the naval mine, and just send the rest face. Is this the one that gives more armor or attack? Okay, the other one's armor. So their hero power is at 3-1, right? Okay. He could swing his entire board, as it stands anyway, into the Devourer of Souls, but he is also, A, losing his board, and B, just taking 4. Like, kind of can't be ignored. And next turn, we can always habeas corpses, and then into a shallow grave to get the triggering of the naval mine again. Okay, so the free spirits, the armor, the groovy cat is damage. Ooh, is it like a hero power druid? Alright. I don't know if that's good or not, but I'm like in it. This other plan stays largely the same. I don't need to worry that much about it. Yeah, I think we just go with the original plan. Corpus into a bomb, or to a mine, whatever. Then we shallow grave it, getting 8 damage out of it, as opposed to the 4. The rest of the board goes face. And honestly, like we've done, you know, we've done 20 points of damage on like turn 5. It's really not that bad. We are, admittedly, in a bit of a weird spot. Like, we don't threaten lethal, but I like kind of don't want to answer their free spirit because I don't want them to get more armor gain. Although really, Druid isn't lacking for it, so there's that. What are we doing? Death, what? Really? Oh, that's interesting. I don't know if that's good, but that's interesting. That's... Huh. Okay, I have 3 damage on the board. So that doesn't help. Treasure guard something. Yeah, and just ignore and kind of go face here. Again, they could... Well, they actually kind of... Yeah, they can't actually kill their own free spirits. I believe he drew another one with the Death Blossom Whomper thing. Sorry, what was that card? That happened so fast, I didn't even terribly see. What's that one? Oh, aquatic form. Okay. He did draw it. Oh. Drew an aquatic form. Doesn't really tell me anything. Also drew something there, so something that at least costs 7 mana. What's that? Ah, shit. Weird-ass limited card. He really is raw dog running that in his deck. Well, okay, now, I guess with all the armor you can gain, you could play, like, those Crypt Breakers or whatever that card is. And, the Anubra Khan and all that stuff. Okay. I've talked myself into this. That might be enough armor to just sort of kebab our whole deck here. Which isn't great. Yeah, do you want to trade in, or... That's fair. Okay. There's an egg. So, I guess we hero power first. Doesn't matter that much what we hit, it has to be said. So we'll play a Thalnos, besides being another loot hoarder. It also does have the Drain Soul thing. Odds are this game is likely over because they're just going to gain so much armor from their hero power and a load of other cards, like their Beetlemancy. Fucking weird-ass cards like that. That, like, yeah, this game might be a little bit out of reach. with any luck with all the card draw we're trying to do with both life tap and all of our creatures on the board, maybe we can get to our Jiraxis, and that can sort of help us push over the hump, more or less. But I'm actually glad this particular game is going like this, because it does kind of show my point that if I recall correctly, I illustrated to in the deck tech in that, like, this deck really, like, loses steam if the game has to go, like, particularly long. Like, it's just, you know, what am I going to do? Get a 3/3 on turn 8? It's not exactly, you know, super popular. Okay, there's an egg, but that's, like, not that helpful. Sure, we'll do Drain Soul. Why not? Loot Hoarder. Just ignore and go face and try and, against all odds, just try and make something happen. Fingers crossed. But god damn, it's not looking good. Yeah, I mean, credit given, Brewmasters are getting some goddamn mileage. Hold on. They got the Zola. Yeah. To be fair, I do like our opponent's deck. It's actually really interesting. I was expecting some, like, Tony Togwaggle or some goofy shit, and, like, I got, like, significantly better than that. So I want to give proper credit where it's due. That one's a little weird. Oh, draw a beast. The Piper's a... What's the word? It's a tutor for the, hero power upgraders. It's only that's why he's discovering them, because he's drawn all the beast he needs. That's a lovely piece of tech for that, actually. There's a little bit of extra consistency, and consistency is nice. Okay. Sure. Go ahead and Grim Rally and just, against all odds, just try some shit. Hero power. You know, I was about to talk mad shit, but that's kind of good. Yeah. I mean, good's a relative word. But Grimoire Sacrifice, you know, it's not bad. We'll take it. I think we will go ahead and Shallow Grave, whatever that card's called, our little egg here. Just try and get as much damage. It is Shallow Grave. Good. I thought it was. Just try and get as much damage to the board as we can. If they have some Onyxia or, like, Scale of Onyxia and Floop's Glorious Gloop, whatever that card's called, you know, then we're just actually dead. At which point I'll probably just scoop. But they don't appear to have something like that. Or they haven't been running things like that. They're actually pretty committed to their theme. God damn. 6/9. Nice. Credit given. Ay, god damn. Well done. Okay. While I applaud my... I mean, this might be a budget restriction, so keep that in mind that I do notice this when in regards to my following statement. I do understand that, like, the only thing that they're missing kind of is the quest. I do like that Quest Hunter at higher wild ranks is a thing, because that particular quest is, like, really interesting. Okay, what am I getting hit for? Okay, so I can Naval Mine. Destroy a minion, 3 health of your hero. Go to 8, he goes to 6. That's a thing. Very weird. Kinda can't use our hero power, which isn't great. But this is, you know, we're in it still. And actually, upon the whole not being able to use our hero power point, that's another, what would you call it, a boon to, another boon to this, to running Jiraxis in this deck, is that, especially late game, I mean, the hero power is nice, but it does hurt you and just races you to fatigue. And not only are the 6/6s from Jiraxis hero power nice, it is also not drawing more cards and not hurting you more. The fuck is with the Beetlemancies? Like, I get it, but, like, god damn it. It's really frustrating. And we just die anyway. Fucking Beetlemancies. see. Fucking limited ass card. But to be fair, got him a win. So all my shit talking aside, I did get him a sopping wet W. But it was a fun game, all things considered, and a pretty fun video. So thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like the video if you like it. Subscribe if you like my grab bag content and would like to see more in the future. And if you have any sort of questions, like I don't have X, what about Y, or just generally other nice and somewhat constructive comments, I'll do what I can to respond to each. And remember, I'm pulling for you. We're all in this together.